You're everything. You're doing so much and you're doing it on like 2 hours of sleep every 3 days. It's incredible. You're literally keeping a small little human alive just on your own. You're doing an amazing job.
Welcome back. That was a clip of our next guest in the romantic comedy Look Both Ways, the movie currently holding the #1 spot on Netflix right now.
Ooh, and it centers around the question, what if, while exploring the parallel universes of a young couple and how just one moment can change the direction of your entire life. Joining us now to tell us more is the star of the film, Danny Ramirez. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me.
This film uses a unique form of storytelling. The plot splits into two different directions, one focused on family, one focused on career. What drew you to this?
Well, I think speaking with Winuri, the director, when we're in the auditioning process, she was very drawn to Gabe because she was like, there's not enough representation of young parents in a positive light that's with their best intention and best foot forward. So I thought that there was an importance to bringing a young father figure into like just pop culture. And so I was reading the book, The Will to Change by Bell Hooks. And I had pivoted that book for the previous project I worked on, No Exit, and then this one. And so just building it from there was just something that I felt really connected to as to like why I felt like this story was important and why I should give it my all.
Yeah.
Which I think most important, it's like what makes you passionate about something. And so that was the link that like was like, oh, this is the right next project.
That's a really important point about finding what you're passionate about that will bring that passion to whatever project you're working on. And one of the major themes in this film is how one moment can change everything. Well, what was that moment for you in your life?
Ooh, well, there's a lot. I think everyone, like, if you look back at every single fork on the road, you're like, oh, well, that would have been a different life. But there's one moment that I was a freshman playing college soccer in Atlanta, and I had a sprained ankle. It was my birthday, and I'm just there watching practice, and the PA walks onto the field and is looking for extras. And then she's like, who wants to make $120? And then all you have to do is sit here. We're gonna be filming a soccer scene on the other field. And so I was like, all right, sure. Like, I'm down to make $120. And so it's Riz Ahmed, Kiefer Sutherland in this movie called The Reluctant Fundamentalist, directed by Mira Nair. And so I was like looking at my first film set, just there with like my crutches and a sprained ankle, like pretending to be a teammate cheering Riz on. And then this 2-hour shot took like 6 or 7 hours. I'm like, I could have done that in 30 minutes. And I ended up buying my first acting book the next day and just started and that just shifted my entire perspective of what I could do, because I hadn't seen an actor, like a leading man of color, that I was like, I could see myself also like in those shoes. And I'm like, like I had never had that connection. And then a week later I saw Oscar Isaac in Drive, and that changed everything. So I'd say that was my moment.
Being hurt sitting on a bench, who'd have thought?
Yeah, on my birthday.
On your birthday.
And I made $120. I got to keep the cleats, which is cool. Yeah.
These are the things that matter, the freebies.
The free stuff, I'm just like, please, keep it coming.
Yeah.
This movie really makes you think about fate. Have you always believed in fate? And when people are watching this movie, what do you hope they take away from it?
Well, I have believed in fate, and I do, not in like a deterministic way, and like you can't get off the tracks of like what life is going to be, but more so in like, I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in that you're able to draw these things within having somewhat of whatever fate is really. But yeah, I think that people are going to take away from this movie that like you're where you're supposed to be. And then maybe in a different universe you're somewhere else, but right now you're where your feet are, and that's exactly where you're meant to be.
Right now, here in this moment. It very much so is, and we're so glad that you are here in this moment with us, sharing this light. And that's a nice suit. That is a nice summer suit. What was it like working with Lily Reinhart?
It was awesome. It was the only other time that I worked with an actor that was also a producer and had like a lot of creative input was Tom Cruise. So I was like, oh, Lily and Tom Cruise are comparable in like that they both top of their game. She brought it all the time. She was a phenomenal actress in the film, as you saw, but also a great leader. So it was just one of those things that like work environments are so important to see like how leadership and leadership culture like is infused into it. And so it was lovely to work with her, and Yeah.
Well, the law of attraction, you must be putting good stuff out there because good stuff's coming your way.
Well, 2 number ones right now. I'm just kind of like, well, let me sit in this moment for a second. Yeah.
This is a moment I think you should sit in.
Absolutely.
Enjoy it.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Danny.
you.
And you can catch Look Both Ways on Netflix. It is streaming right now.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.